Hey everybody, welcome into GoBlueRaiders.tv. Time for another version of The Drill with Aston Rhoden, Lady Raider soccer coach. And as always, you know where we are today, Aston?
We are in the Ascend studio. Absolutely.
That's exactly right. Our great partners at Ascend Federal Credit Union bring you this studio and a place for us to get together and talk to you about. A while back, we talked with Aston a couple weeks ago, actually, about wrapping up the 2011-2012 school year. And so the next chapter in this would be to talk about what's ahead, and that would be the upcoming 2012 Middle Tennessee soccer schedule. And the fall for soccer is really a fun time. And the one thing that jumps out immediately, Aston, is a lot of folks point toward the beginning of fall camp for football, which is around August 1st, and football then will play August 30th. Well, in soccer, you get your girls about that same time, around August 1st, but your first exhibition game is only 10 days later.
Yeah, the NCAA moved our tournament up a week, and it's a different format, a much better format for the tournament, and so everything has been shifted. So where, we get in, I guess our first practice is August 1, and we have Murray State 9 days later, or Mercer rather 9 days later, and then Murray State a couple of days after.
Yeah, and talk about the quality of competition in your exhibition games, because you want to be able to know exactly where you are, who you can use in certain situations when you go into the regular season opener, which will be Jacksonville State at Jacksonville. It'll be on the road too, down in Jacksonville, Alabama, on the 17th.
There's a little bit of, I guess, madness to our method here. Murray State is certainly one of the top teams in the OVC.
And you're very familiar with.
We're familiar with them.
With Beth Ackerman.
Yeah, and Beth was my assistant here, and her assistant Claire Ward was one of our top players here as well. But Murray State is also every year they play against Jacksonville State. So, in terms of playing Murray first, gives us a little bit of an insight as to what level we expect from Jacksonville State. Mercer, we haven't played in maybe 6 years. They've got a brand new coach. They've done very well in their league.
Very good Atlantic Sun
team.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be a good test for us just to kind of see where we are.
Well, when you look at this, as we talk about this 2012 schedule, you go to Jacksonville, which obviously playing on the road is never easy, no matter where you go, but you jump right back home on the 19th, 2 days later, and play Ole Miss. And to have an SEC home game, matter of fact, you'll have 2 SEC home games within a matter of 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ole Miss is obviously a very strong team, as are all the SEC teams, and so we look forward to that challenge every year. We've been fortunate enough that, the past players have been extremely successful, and we've had good results against SEC teams that the likes of Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt, don't mind playing us here.
Right.
So that's a good thing. But it is going to be a tough game.
You do have Vanderbilt, like I said, just less than 2 weeks later on a Friday night, which that'll be the night after the football home opener and part of that opening weekend of school and all that. So to come out on a Friday night, 7 o'clock, it'll be beautiful, and it'll be hot, so you can wear your shorts and really cheer on the Lady Raiders that night.
Well, anytime you get to play an SEC opponent at home, it's a fantastic opportunity. We're playing 5 games before any student actually is on this campus. So that's going to be tough for us, So being able to play the likes of Vanderbilt at home as a first true home game with our fans and our students here is going to be huge. But
4 of your first 5 regular season games are on your home pitch.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. It's hard to get home games these days. But I think it just speaks volumes of where we've come, and the fact that people feel like we're a worthy opponent to travel to play.
As you work through the remaining part of the non-conference schedule, it's all in-state teams, home against East Tennessee, at Tennessee Tech, which is still a good rivalry, Belmont at home, which that's a good rivalry, and then you go to Memphis for a game against the Tigers, and the rivalry between the two schools there has been good. So every one of those you have some interest, and you have special ties to East Tennessee now too.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Sayers, was my former assistant, and his current assistant is Debs Brereton, which we all know just kind of turned our heads here when she played. So that's going to be a strong game, and ETSU had a fantastic year last year, and have a lot of returning players from that squad and some very talented new players.
You have an opportunity to start the conference season strong because you have 2 home games against Little Rock and Arkansas State, who will be very good opponents, but you will jump into the league race at home before having to make the Florida swing.
Yeah, Little Rock has always been a strong team. Arkansas State are now becoming very strong themselves. And it doesn't help that both of those guys are good friends of mine, and they're very familiar with how we play. So it is going to be, they're going to be tough games for us, but when you get to start at home, it's always a good thing in conference.
So, and then you end the season with a road game at North Texas, who's awful good. And
who's that?
That would be North Texas.
I was just kidding. They're a very good
the
team.
Mean Green, and also then you have Western Kentucky. So the league has done, I think, a very nice job in all sports of really putting an emphasis on playing your natural rival toward the end of the year when a lot of things are on the line typically.
Yeah, and it makes better sense for us in soccer just because of the number of teams we have to play and our travel, and the fact that we don't play people twice. We just play you once, and the next year we play your place. And just the demographic of just where the teams are. I mean, it makes perfect sense for us to either play our travel partner first or last.
As we move forward, this year we do have North Texas is still in the league, FIU is still in the league, Denver is gone this year. So the face of Sunbelt soccer has changed some. A team who is typically very, very good will no longer be there. But then a year from now, we're going to be talking about Texas Arlington, Texas State, and Georgia State. How do you see the comings and goings of teams affecting soccer and the level of soccer in this league?
Well, no doubt, I think losing Denver was a big loss for soccer. I mean, they're always a strong team, great RPI-type game for us. Same with FIU and North Texas. I mean, we are losing 3 quality soccer programs. But at the same time, Georgia State has done very well. Texas State, I've done well just based on the research that I've done. And UT Arlington, I'm not quite sure when they're going to have a program.
But they're in a great position to where, for a startup right there in the Metroplex.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're in the state of Texas. I mean, Texas is good for us, and we're not even in Texas. So I think for schools that are in Texas, they do have a wealth of talent to choose from. So should they decide to start a program, I don't think it's going to take them long to be very good.
So keep your eye on GoBlueRaiders.com for information on Lady Raiders soccer. As Aston said, their fall camp starts about the same time football does. So when you come over, it's an opportunity to see them both practice a lot of times. And between now and then, I know a lot of your ladies will be playing, international soccer and other things.
Yeah, we've got a couple kids that are going to be in the World Cup, the U20, and a couple of our incoming freshmen. I'm sure you guys will hear about them shortly. That have accomplished quite a bit, since we've signed them. So we're really excited about that. So it's going to be a good season, and you guys just gotta come up on August 12th, or rather August 10th, when we play Mercer, and get a quick early look and see how it goes.
All right. Well, good deal. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you very soon. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not quite sure how much of that we have.
Aston Rhoden joins us today, and thank you for being with us. And again, thanks for being here in the Ascend Federal Credit Union studio. And you're watching The Drill on GoBlueRaiders.tv.